For the past 12 years, I have been fat and then skinny and then fat and then skinny, but I've never in my life been fit or have been athletic. That is my goal. The reason I have not reached that goal, now keep in mind, this has been the same goal for the past 12 years that I've been fat, skinny, fat, skinny. I've always had the goal of being athletic, but I can't ever stick to it. I always get this time it was like 6 days into doing something healthy, and then I completely obliterate every food that I see and all this extra stuff. And it's like I fall off real hard. And it kind of happens every time. And it's my fault. It's literally just me not being disciplined and me not having the discipline and not being able to and being controlled by my desires and my lust and my wants. I'm being controlled by those things. So my goal now and documenting this process, not posting it until we get there. So if you're seeing this video, it's because we made it at least 90 days. But it's because I think I can transform my entire physical body, my knees, my legs, my athleticism, my physique, my core, my stomach, my tit. It's ridiculous. I need to transform myself because I don't want to walk around like this. I don't feel good. I don't. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable in clothes. Like even when I wear nice clothes, it's like, oh, I got a big stomach and like legs with no definition. It's not fun to be built like this. And I am probably the strongest that I've ever been in terms of like how I walk around every day, not necessarily in the gym, but like I can lift things that I couldn't lift before. Like I can move a washer and dryer. When I was 16, I couldn't. Even when I was 20, I probably couldn't, just because I was frail. But now I am bigger. I am a bit bulkier. I do have more mass to me, but that slows me down a lot. So I need to get to that athletic build. I need to get to that being lean, being fit, being strong, being active, being able to run, having flexibility so I'm not in pain in my hip and my knee and my ankles don't hurt. I need to live like an athlete. So yesterday, my wife and I went to the gym and it felt great, honestly. I didn't plan on going to the gym in these next 90 days. I didn't plan on going to the gym. I actually just planned on walking and having a weighted vest and eating healthy, and that was it. And I said, 90 days, I'm just going to try this. But what I realized is I don't know, there's just something about it that I need to go. No matter what, it needs to happen. I need to be active. I need to be going to the gym. So I'm still walking. I'm about to start eating good because I've completely fell off. Like I had fast food yesterday and it was probably 2,000 calorie meal. Probably had some donuts, some candy, all type of stuff the past couple of days. And dude, I feel terrible. Like I feel sick. I just want to sit outside until I fall over. Like it's just, it's not a good thing. So I'm already in the 90 days and the first 10 days have already passed. We might even be at like day 11. I got to figure it out. But the 10 days have already passed and we're still in the same 90 days. In the beginning of the 90 days, I wasn't doing anything. I started the 90 days. I got through 4 days being mad consistent, eating so good, no carbs, and starting to feel great by day 4. I wake up day 5 and I just make a decision eating wise that just was not it. And then guess what? Didn't go on my walk the next day. And then the day after that, didn't do something else. And then it got to the day before yesterday and yesterday where I did nothing on my 90-day list except for I did go on a walk and I did end up going to the gym, which was not on there. But what it made me realize is I need to be on there. So it's probably like 10 or 11 days that have passed now. And we have probably about, let's just say 85 days left to go. Or, 75 days left to go. So with 75 days left to go, I think there can still be a lot of transformation there. And I just have to go real hard at being intentional. It's not necessarily go hard, and I got to bench 300 pounds. It's not that. But it's go hard with my intention. Make my intention be the thing that I'm trying hard to give it my all to. You know what I mean? So if I only have 5 minutes free in the day to work out, my intention will be to use it to make me better, not to use it to destroy me. You know what I mean? So what would make me better? What would help me stay on my goal? Okay, I can only work out for 5 minutes. Let me do some sprints. Let me do some push-ups. Like, let me do a HIIT workout. I got 5 minutes. Like, let me get something in because I need to be active. And then if I have an hour and a half, okay, let me go stretch. Then let me go lift. Let me go do this. So, yeah, man. And then another thing that's on there is journaling. Is journaling. And I have, even when I wasn't doing good, I was still journaling. And in the past 2 days, I completely didn't open it. So obviously that's not okay. I need to open that journal. I need to write down what I'm going through and the things that I'm doing and the ideas that I have and how I'm feeling. And there needs to be a lot of things that are written down to keep track of. It's like taking inventory. You know, when you're journaling, you'll figure out things that you did in your day that you wouldn't have realized. Oh, that's a dumb idea. Maybe, like, I'm writing this down, and 3 days in a row I wrote, that I smoked or something like that. And it's like, okay, maybe it's not that smart to keep smoking. You know what I mean? And other than that, you wouldn't realize because you get caught in the you know what I mean? It's like going up and down, up and down. It's like how I am with food. I realized in this first 10 days that I have a food addiction. You know what I mean? I have an addiction to pleasure and wanting something to feel good only for a couple seconds anyway. Like, I eat very fast. So I eat way too fast to spend $25 on a fast food DoorDash and then smack it all in, 2 minutes. You know what I mean? The whole thing's gone. And it's like, I did all of that when I could have just spent the 30 minutes waiting on the food. I could have got up. I could have made some ground beef. I could have ate the ground beef and I would have been chilling. And I would have been feeling great and healthy and had more food for later that I wouldn't have had to, let me order something else or let me make something else. It's like, I just have to choose to stop being lazy because I'm so lazy, bro. I'm so lazy. And it genuinely sucks, bro. Like, it's not fun, So the goal is to change all that. It's not just to change my body and be a better athlete. It's to be more consistent. Like, be who I'm supposed to be. Be the person that is going to do the things that he says he's going to do, but also doing the hard things, like the things that come with the things that I want to do and the things that I say I'm going to do. When there's something that comes up that's more difficult and I didn't expect it, it's like, learn it, try it, overcome it, do it. You know what I mean? It's not that difficult. So that's kind of the thing, man. It's pretty simple. This video has inspired me to get back on track. I'm actually about to leave to go buy some creatine because in the past 2 days I've heard about creatine just being talked about, and I know about creatine. I know its benefits, but I need to do it. I've just been reminded like how good this stuff is, and yeah, man. I don't know. That's it. Maybe these are the type of videos that I need to make, is like just vent one good time. Just hold the camera, vent one good time throughout the day. Maybe I'm on a trip, and then the video's got to be edited together. But in the day-to-day, it's probably me in the gym just holding this up, talking about a situation, talking about a realization, talking about faith, talking about something that I'm doing. Another thing that's on my 90-day transformation is a 1-minute prayer for dads. So It's funny, dude, because as soon as I start talking about something, I stop doing it, and it's exactly what happened, dude. I was feeling great, and I told myself, I said, I'm not telling nobody what I'm doing until I finish the 90 days, and then I'll be like, yeah, I've been reading for 90 days, and da da da, da, or I've been walking with a weighted vest for 90 days, or I've been eating nothing but ground beef for 90 days, and I screwed it up. First person I talked to was my mom. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I said I wasn't going to tell nobody this, but I just feel so good and I just wanted to talk to you about it. And I just think it's such a transformative thing. And she's like, well, I don't count. And I said, I know. And then boom, you get down the road and you stop doing it, bro. But it's fine. We are back on track. And that's kind of what me picking up this camera and talking about this for 10 minutes, or it might end up being 15 minutes. Dang, I lost my train of thought. Thought Rocky was about to come in here. I heard his footsteps and then I started thinking about him and then Rocky. Yeah, but anyway, I stopped doing it. And I'm not blaming it on that. It's not because I talked about it, but I just have the tendency to do that. I start talking about things that I'm doing, and then guess what? As soon as I start talking, start yapping, bro. I just start yapping, and then boom, it's done for. I need to cut that out and just grind. You know what I mean? And that's what we're here to do. So I got this book though, and I can tell you guys because, again, I'm not going to start posting these videos until the end of these 90 days. I think that makes the most sense. It's like low key, I should schedule it. Like edit them, schedule it, not edit them, but like cut them up, get them to be the right everything, and then put them up and then have them drop in 90 days. That's exactly what we're going to do. So if you ended up seeing this video, it's exactly 90 days after day one, which will be sometime in March 28th or something. So you will be seeing this and the video is going to go up, and I guess if you look at it like me being consistent with this, the the only way that I feel comfortable with it going up is if I did lock in. So if you're seeing this, bro, I must have locked in. Or I accidentally scheduled the upload and I'm still fat sitting on the couch, and then I'm going to see this video and I'm going to be like, oh shoot, that posted, and I'm still sitting here, big old belly like this. No, this is me sucking it in. It's bad. It's still, no matter what I do, it doesn't matter if I suck it in or cut it off or whatever. It looks bad. Okay. So that's the goal. That's why we're here. That's what we're talking about. I want this to be something like, hey, bro, you can start here and be very unorganized and not have anything figured out and suck with your consistency and your discipline. But guess what? We can get on the right track. We can push through the lust of food or the lust of anything in our life that we instantly give power to. We can overcome that, and we can overpower those feelings by just denying them. Like, I'm not participating. No, I'm not going to go eat that. No, I'm not going to go do this. So that's the goal. And we can all do it. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter what your starting point is. I'm probably not going to have abs in 90 days, but it doesn't matter if your abs are your goal or losing 200 pounds is your goal. The 90 days doesn't really matter. The 90 days is really just like a guideline of like, hey, I'm doing these set of things for 90 days to see what happens. And then on 90 days, we're going to review all of the data that we have. What workouts was I doing? What food was I eating? How much was I walking? Did it work? How much weight did I lose? What body fat percentage, which I'm not going to do body fat percentage right now because I don't really care about that. It's not that deep. I know that all I need to do is be active. If I'm active and consistent with being active, my whole entire life is going to change. My whole body is going to change. My whole physique, how I feel is going to change. How I talk, how I think. There's so many different things that fire off when you feel good, and when you feel like you look good, your life is just a little bit more like in line, you have more control over your decisions when you feel better, so but there's a process to get there, and we're entering that process together no matter what. So it doesn't matter no matter what your goal is, let's start, right? If you're seeing this today, that means that today, that's the unique part of this. So this will drop at the end of the 90 days, but this will drop on the first set of my next 90 days of something else, So we're going to live in quarters. Well, it's not quarters. It would be reverse because it's only 3 months instead of a quarter would be 4 months in 120 days. So in 3 months, I don't know what that would be. What is that fraction? See, this is why I hated school, but also loved it because I do kind of want to, I have the urge to write it down to figure out, so I now know what to say when I'm talking about 3 months at a time through a year. Like, what fraction is that? But never mind. Yeah, man. Doesn't matter where you're starting, what you're trying to change, or what you're trying to do. We just need to build out the 10 things that we're going to try to change, and then we're going to track what we did in each one of those things. What were you able to do that day? And we're going to track it, and we're going to, I don't know, give it to ChatGPT to organize it. I don't really know, but if you're seeing this, let's start. And I am starting my new 90 days, and we're gonna roll out. I'm going to roll out videos of these 90 days. I mean, pretty much tomorrow you'll see day 2, and day 2 I don't know what it'll be yet because I'm not filming and thinking of the video and saying, okay, this is going up tomorrow. I'm just going to film what I'm talking about that day, or what I'm experiencing, or what I'm feeling, or what I'm thinking. And it's not going to get uploaded for, 80 or 70 something days. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of excited, and I kind of want to turn on my whole PC to get this video edited and uploaded. And maybe this will make me feel productive because technically, let's see what this light, I've been dealing with some BS light all day. Let's see what this light will talk about real quick. You guys haven't seen the new office and new warehouse and all that on YouTube yet, but it's okay. You guys will see it because I'm going to start vlogging more. I'm going to start uploading these videos. You guys will experience everything that I'm seeing, throughout that 90 days. So I just want to give y'all that experience. And there's some feeling that I have, something that I want to do is give my son the ability to know who his parents are, but know who his dad is. I didn't really get to know who my dad was, other than what people told me about him. So there's multiple purpose to these videos. It's kind of a form of a podcast, but I get to carry around the little camera because the podcast it's cool, but like I can't even yap that good when I'm sitting down. I almost have to walk, when you're on the phone and you're like talking, and you could talk on the phone to your boy for 3.5 hours, but you got to be walking around. You can't sit on the couch for 3 hours and talk. So maybe the podcast thing isn't really, what I want to do with it. But I know what I want to do with content is I want to have more long form content. I think that short form content is good, and it's how like you grow and how you grow as an influencer and do all that, but that's not my goal. My goal is honestly the opposite of that. I would like to change that, if anything, because I hate that everybody loves short form content, and I hate that I love it because it wastes my time. I'm spending 3.5 hours instead of an hour and a half with this, and I'm not saying that that's my actual time spent. I really don't know, but here recently it hasn't been a whole lot, but I've been watching Netflix a lot. I've been watching YouTube and stuff like that because holding the baby, it's easier to just sit down on the couch, because what else am I supposed to do? It's cold outside. I can't like go outside and take it. So when I'm watching him, I'm kind of wasting my time in the way, not saying I'm wasting my time holding him. I'm wasting my time while I'm holding him doing other things than being present. You know what I mean? And building things and doing things or working out or whatever, because I don't know. I want to teach him better things than what I do. But that requires me to be a better person and be more locked in than I ever have been, you know, because I have to teach him how to be a man. But I must first figure out how to be a man. How do I do things that a man would do? How do I think like a man? How do I have values of a man? And not saying that like that's the only thing I value is that, but it's important for us to know as fathers of young boys that will grow up and be looking for purpose in life, because you know that you look for it in women, you look for it in drugs, you look for it in food, you look for whatever. Not that you look for purpose in those things, but those things take you from your purpose if you dabble in them. If you not necessarily just dabble, but if you give your life to them, and that's what you mainly wake up. There's people that wake up and they think about food. Oh, I'm gonna go get some donuts today. There's people that wake up and think about how am I gonna make some money today. And not saying that these are like bad things to think about, but some people have thoughts that completely control, or they have desires and things that get in the way of their purpose that are destructive to their purpose, you know? So it's important for me to be able to help my son understand what his purpose is, and it's not for me to define, because God gives him his purpose. I don't give him his purpose, but it is my job to teach him that purpose is the most important thing, and you got to take care of yourself, and you got to take care of your discipline and your consistency and your purpose. Like, that's the thing that we're here to focus on. And it's not to force him to do it, but it's to help him understand. And I think that that's the one of the big things that when you grow up without a dad is you go looking for your purpose, or you go running from your purpose. And it can be scary at times, because you are in a situation where you're having very destructive things, and you're not doing anything towards your purpose at all, and you're actually just destroying yourself. And that's what a lot of men go through, you know. So I just want to give him some of the experience that is his direct connection, you know, because you can go and listen to men that have kids all day, and they can be guiding you, they can be teachers or whatever, but your father is your greatest teacher. You know what I mean? And as his father, it is my job to teach him that our Father is the Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? And if I'm not teaching him that, then he will have other gods, you know. And hey, do what you want, but I'm gonna show you the truth, you know. And it's my job, and I might not always be present for that. And that's what, you know, when my dad passed away when I was young, that's what it made me realize. He passed away when I was 7, and now I'm realizing I grew up without my biological father's knowledge or experience or understanding or emotion, or like, I don't know any of it. I don't know. All I know is what other people told me, but he never had the opportunity to teach me lessons. You know, when I'm 17 and I'm going through X, Y, and Z, I couldn't call my pops and say, yeah, Dad, you know, this thing happened or this situation. There is none of that, you know, and from my biological father. And what I want to do is I want to leave behind something for my son. For, you know, maybe I don't leave here this earth until I'm 85. Fine. But he, when I'm 85, will be able to go back, and maybe me or our great-grandkids or great-great-great-grandkids, who cares who it is, will be able to go back and look and say, oh, this is how it was done in my family. This is like, imagine if I could go back and watch. My grandfather's 84 years old.
He is a legend, dude. He is so funny. He's very articulate. He gets around. He works out. He swims. He's so funny. Like, funny. Ridiculous. If you know him, you know. Everybody in real life asks about my grandpa all the time. He's 84 years old, and he's a legend. He will tell me some stories that are, like, crazy. But he's 84, so sometimes he'd be BSing a little bit in his story, and I know because he'll tell the story to me, then he'll tell it to somebody else, and I'll be with him when he's telling them, and a couple details will change, and I just laugh because I don't care what's true or what's not. You're funny, you know what I mean? My grandfather is funny. Imagine if I could go back and watch some videos that he had when he was 27, when he had my uncle was his first son, and then my dad was his next son. So you're in your 20s and you have two sons. What was going through your head? You know, what were you thinking about? What were you experiencing? What was that life like? You know, and I don't know. There's something in me that really has that desire to sit back and know that the lineage in my family can sit on a couch and watch how I thought and see the beginning of their family. Not even know how I thought, because that's like a little conceited. I'm not like saying, oh, they need to remember me. It's not about that. It's about these experiences that are creating their life. You know what I mean? So what me and my wife are dealing with or living at, like where we're living or what we're going through or whatever, our kid will experience that. Our kid will then have a certain outlook on life based on how his home experience was. And then that is how our kid will approach his life. And that's how he will meet people, and he will talk about his upbringing, and that will get him closer to, you know, somebody. And then he'll end up having kids, you know, most likely. And then what do those kids get to experience, like to know why their dad is how their dad is, you know? And I don't know, it's something like that. And then there's also the ability to help people now. So even though these videos will go up 90 days after I film them, there's something about being able to help people now. And me going through these struggles and me building the things that I'm building and trying to do the things that I'm doing, there is people that are experiencing those things now that know me. And being able to put them on this platform or whatever platform we're able to build together, you know, right now it's like, you know, 20 to 30 views on a vlog or on a podcast. And like, bro, that's a lot, you know. I mean, imagine if it's 30 people in front of me listening, it's like, why are y'all here? You know, why are you listening to me talk? So I appreciate the support. But I do think that it's not about me, and we can grow this audience together that highlights us. You know, the people that are dreamers, the people that are trying to change something, but regular day-to-day people. You know what I mean? Not celebrities, not influencers, not superstars, you know, because all those people, they blow up on their pages and then they all surround themselves with each other in the industry, and then they don't mess with anybody that doesn't do that. And it's like in LA, they go to these LA parties and they just turn, you know, I've been around it. It's not like I've never changed in those situations, and I don't like those situations, and I'm vocal about that. You know, I feel like I stand out in those situations because I don't mess with that. You know, so I'll go to when I was in that environment, I would go to something like that, and then I'm completely an outcast, like, because I don't mess with this, you know? I don't have these, the conversations that y'all are having are stupid, you know? So, I don't know. I think there's a lot more, I know that there's a lot more of us regular folk that are just trying to make it, trying to figure it out, trying to grow our own thing, questioning everything, questioning probably the government, questioning, you know, any sort of authority, like at least questioning it. Not saying that we're rebellious, but questioning, like, why is the school system set up like this? Why is the, you know, law enforcement set up like this? Why is, you know, and it's just kind of asking questions. And then the people that are trying to change something, trying to build something from nothing, trying to go from being very undisciplined to being dialed and completely locked in, you know? And it's not because I know, it's because I have the desire to inspire and help people and like kind of lay my life out out in the open to give a perspective. I don't know why, but I've always felt called to do that. I've always been told that I was good at it once I started doing it. And I've just seen a lot of, and it's not like, oh, bro, hey, that video was such a good video. But hey, bro, that what you said in that video, it really clicked with me. I've experienced that a lot. And you know, the 30 of you that are watching, some of you guys are ones that have said it. So it means a lot. But that's one of my purposes. That's the reason why I am doing it. But another one is for people to be able to look back on. And then the last reason, sorry, now I've been talking for 30 minutes. I said it was going to be 15, so I'm getting to where I'm distracted. I got about 25 minutes of focus. See, but that's our goal. We got to change that. We got to do the long form content. We got to do the podcast. We got to be, you know, into that. But the last reason is I don't know. I don't remember the last reason. But because I actually need to change. That's why. Because I actually need to focus myself. I actually need to change this body. I need to change my life. I need to change my habits. I need to change how I talk. I need to change my wisdom and how much I read and how much I know. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. This is the beginning of the 90 days. This is the 90-day podcast challenge. I don't know. Maybe it's because that's a whole nother experience. If I'm saying, all right, bro, I'm going to post one video every day from now on. But the catch is, in the beginning, I'm going with no videos for 90 days. Because I'm filming a video every day and it's going to be uploaded 90 days after. So once I get to March, there will literally be a video every single day. I don't know. Sounds good. We'll see though. If you're seeing it, it happened. But if not,